Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're going to explore the fascinating world of consulting within the government and public sector, specifically through the lens of a financial accounting advisory services, or FAAS, consultant at one of the Big Four firms. I'm excited to give you an insider's perspective on what the job really entails, the path to getting there, and why it's so impactful for both clients and consultants. Whether you're thinking about a career shift, a college student weighing your options, or just plain curious about what happens inside these legendary firms, this presentation breaks it all down in an accessible and straightforward way. Let's get started by looking at our roadmap for today's discussion. To make sure you get a comprehensive view, here's the roadmap for our session. We'll start with the basics. What does it really mean to be a GPS Financial Accounting Advisory Services consultant? Then, we'll break down the key responsibilities you take on in this role, from managing finances to guiding strategic improvements. I'll share the crucial skills and qualifications that help candidates stand out in the hiring process and give you a sense of what the career progression looks like, from entry-level to senior leadership. We'll then zoom in on what your work environment actually feels like, how you collaborate, interact, and grow on the job. After wrapping up the main content, I'll leave you with practical advice and proven tips to help you secure a job offer at a Big Four firm. Let's kick things off by defining what a GPS Financial Accounting Advisory Services consultant really is. So, what does GPS Financial Accounting Advisory Services consultant mean? Let's unpack it. GPS stands for Government and Public Services, and FAAS is Financial Accounting Advisory Services. In this role, you act as a key advisor, working with government agencies and public sector organizations to solve their most complex financial and accounting challenges. You might be helping a city government clean up its budgeting process, guiding a federal agency through complex compliance requirements, or supporting a state's efforts to make its operations more efficient and transparent for taxpayers. Now, where do these consultants work? The Big Four accounting firms, Deloitte, PwC, EY, and KPMG, are the largest and most influential networks globally, and their client bases include everyone from small local governments to massive national agencies. These firms don't just do audits, they also offer advisory, consulting, technology implementation, and more, allowing their consultants to make a unique impact on public service. Now that we've laid the foundation, let's see what a typical consultant actually does day to day. A GPS Financial Accounting Advisory Services consultant's responsibilities are broad but can be grouped into a few core areas. Let's start with financial advisory services. You'll spend substantial time assisting government entities to prepare and review financial statements, ensuring these vital documents meet every applicable standard, like those from the Office of Management and Budget or the Governmental Accounting Standards Board. Accuracy matters a lot, so your eye for detail helps public agencies remain compliant and effective. But your work doesn't stop at record-keeping. You advise on budgeting and forecasting, supporting clients as they develop both their yearly plans and their long-term financial strategies. Think of yourself as an architect of the government's financial future, helping leaders allocate resources and plan for growth and emergencies. Financial analysis is another key piece, digging deep into the numbers to find trends, spot issues before they become crises, and suggest tangible areas for improvement. On the compliance and regulatory support side, you're a guide through a dense maze of federal, state, and local regulations. If a city receives grant funding, for instance, you ensure their practices align perfectly with requirements, minimizing risk, maximizing effectiveness, and avoiding penalties. Audit support is also fundamental. You'll help organizations prepare for audits, work through findings, and drive corrective plans that leave them stronger than before. Let's move beyond the basics of compliance into the world of process improvement and consulting. Your role as a consultant is rooted in turning good processes into great ones. One focus is on boosting efficiency. You identify opportunities to streamline processes, trim unnecessary steps, and cut costs without compromising service quality. For example, you might help a state agency automate its reporting, freeing up staff for higher priority work. Another important duty is strengthening internal controls, which are like the guardrails that protect a client's finances from risk error, or fraud. You'll assess existing controls, suggest improvements, and help implement new safeguards, all to make financial information more reliable. On the advisory side, your strategic insight is highly valued. You offer financial advice that supports high-level decision-making, influencing everything from daily policies to multi-year budget frameworks. Risk management is central too, helping clients anticipate, measure, and mitigate risks associated with funding, investments, or big purchases. Technology is also part of the package. You help clients choose and implement cutting-edge financial management systems, so they stay ahead of regulatory demands and peer agencies. Let's not forget about your impact as a teacher and mentor. A major part of your job is empowering others. GPS Financial Accounting Advisory Services consultants often develop and lead training sessions for government staff, making sure teams are equipped to understand new systems, follow accounting standards, and use financial tools confidently. By training the trainers, you multiply your impact, ensuring every process improvement sticks. Knowledge sharing is another critical piece. You're constantly bringing best practices and emerging trends in the field to your clients, helping them adapt to changing regulations, advancements in technology, or new risks. Your insights might come from a recent government accounting conference, new guidance from oversight bodies, or experience gained on similar projects elsewhere. So, what does it take to thrive as a GPS Financial Accounting Advisory Services consultant? Let's look closely at the skills and qualifications that matter. The journey typically starts with education. You'll usually need at least a bachelor's degree in accounting, finance, public administration, or a close cousin. For those eyeing more senior roles or a competitive edge, advanced degrees like a master's in public administration or a master's in business administration can open additional doors and signal your expertise. Certifications are another way standout candidates set themselves apart. Credentials such as Certified Public Accountant, Certified Government Financial Manager, or Chartered Financial Analyst are strongly valued in both hiring and advancement. Each shows you have the technical knowledge, rigor, and commitment to uphold high standards in the profession. But degrees alone aren't enough. Let's turn to the technical and soft skills that make a real difference. Let's start with technical abilities. As a GPS Financial Accounting Advisory Services consultant, you'll need to navigate financial management software. Think tools like SAP, Oracle, or government-specific platforms. Strong analytical and problem-solving skills are a must, whether you're reconciling accounts, building complex forecasts, or diagnosing a budgeting shortfall. A deep understanding of governmental accounting, particularly of frameworks like OMB and GASB, enables you to interpret complex rules and spot compliance risks others might miss. But that's only half the story. Soft skills are every bit as important. You'll communicate constantly with colleagues and government clients, breaking down complex financial data into clear, actionable insights. The ability to collaborate across diverse teams and manage relationships with many types of stakeholders is crucial. Finally, attention to detail and strong organizational skills ensure that nothing falls through the cracks, even when you're juggling tight deadlines and multiple projects. Now that you know what it takes to succeed, let's see how your career can evolve in this field. If you're starting out, you'll typically join as an associate or consultant. These entry-level positions focus on supporting more experienced team members with financial analysis, report preparation, and foundational tasks. It's a great way to build your technical chops and learn the ropes, often across a variety of challenging projects. With experience and strong performance, you can advance to mid-level roles like senior consultant or manager. Here, you start managing bigger parts of projects, supervising junior staff, and interacting directly with clients on more complex advisory assignments. As you climb further, you reach senior-level positions: senior manager, partner, principal, or managing director. In these roles, you'll oversee project teams, build and manage client relationships, and help grow the business by developing new service lines, winning contracts, and mentoring the next generation of consultants. Career development is a real focus at the Big Four, so your trajectory is only limited by your ambition and willingness to learn. But what does the day-to-day work environment look and feel like? Let's dive into that next. In your day-to-day life as a GPS Financial Accounting Advisory Services consultant, teamwork is everything. You'll work as part of cross-functional teams, collaborating with auditors, tax experts, IT specialists, and other consultants to deliver holistic, powerful solutions. It's common to gather insights from experts in regulatory compliance, risk management, and beyond. Mentorship is baked into the culture. You'll mentor junior colleagues, sharing what you know, and receive hands-on guidance from more senior staff. This creates a supportive environment where everyone is encouraged to learn and teach, fostering both personal and professional growth. Client interaction is frequent and central to your work. You'll regularly meet with government officials and public sector stakeholders to discuss project goals, deliver updates, and provide strategic advice. Sometimes you'll be on-site at a client's office, working side by side to tailor solutions to their unique needs. Up next, let's explore what makes the work environment at a Big Four firm unique, including workload, learning, and company culture. The pace and workload can fluctuate quite a bit. Because work is often project-based, you might experience busier periods around fiscal year-end or during major audits, meaning longer hours and tight deadlines. However, public sector projects sometimes offer a steadier, more predictable rhythm compared to the private sector, though this varies by engagement. Learning and ongoing development are highly encouraged. You'll have access to various training programs, workshops, and seminars that keep your technical and regulatory knowledge fresh. Professional growth is prioritized, with many opportunities for certifications and even attending industry conferences. Culture is another key highlight. Big Four firms emphasize inclusivity, recognition, and public service. You'll be part of a community that values everyone's input and aims to make a meaningful, positive impact. Whether that's through your consulting work or participating in community service initiatives. Let's bring everything together with a quick recap, and then move to practical application. How to secure that Big Four offer. So, to sum up, GPS Financial Accounting Advisory Services consultants at the Big Four are at the forefront of public sector transformation. You help government clients navigate their biggest financial and operational challenges, ensuring accountability, transparency, and the efficient use of public resources. You apply a mix of technical skills, strategic thinking, and top-notch communication, making this a challenging and highly rewarding path if you're passionate about public service and problem-solving. Now, if joining a Big Four firm in this role sounds like the opportunity for you, stay tuned for some concrete, actionable advice on how to secure your spot. Landing a job offer with a Big Four firm is competitive, but far from impossible with the right preparation. Here's how you can set yourself up for success. Educational foundations. Start with strong academic credentials. Maintain a high GPA in accounting, finance, business, or related fields. Take coursework that sharpens both your technical expertise and your business acumen. Certifications. Consider pursuing certifications like CPA, CGFM, or CFA. They're often required, but even when optional, they can give you a distinctive advantage. Experience. Internships are invaluable. If you can get your foot in the door of an accounting firm, ideally one of the Big Four, any relevant work, even volunteering or part-time positions, builds useful experience and demonstrates commitment. Networking. Attend career fairs and networking events hosted by your school or directly by the Big Four. Use alumni connections or LinkedIn to build relationships and gain insider insights. Sometimes a referral or a conversation can open doors that a resume alone can't. Application materials. Tailor your resume and cover letter for each firm and role. Highlight your relevant skills and use keywords from each job posting. Be specific, showcase measurable successes. Technical and soft skills. Develop comfort with accounting software, data analytics, and especially Excel. Today's firms want consultants who are tech-savvy and analytical. Just as important, develop your communication, teamwork, and problem-solving skills. You'll need them in every interview and every job. Interview prep. Research your target firm, learn their services, clients, and culture. Prepare for behavioral interview questions using frameworks like STAR or CAR, and be ready for technical questions. Practice mock interviews to boost your poise and composure. Professionalism. Dress professionally, be punctual, and don't forget to send a thank you note after interviews. Continuous learning. Stay on top of industry trends and regulatory updates through online courses, webinars, and reading. Resilience. Finally, be persistent. The application process can be tough. Don't get discouraged by rejections. Seek feedback, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward. With dedication, preparation, and the right skills, you'll stand out in a crowded field and move confidently along the path to making a difference as a GPS Financial Accounting Advisory Services consultant. Thank you for watching, and I hope this guide helps you make informed decisions and take the next step toward your consulting career. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing or reaching out with your own questions and experiences. I'd love to engage with this growing community of future consultants.